Ladies and gentlemen, I promised you a video on Jose Mourinho. I just want to address how exactly horrible I look right now. I actually just came from a game. I know that I look disheveled. I promise you I feel worse than I appear. So Jose Mourinho, in his 3 years at the Bernebeau, how many trophies has he won? You guys already know. A big goose egg. 0. Now, let's just break this down really quickly. The president, Florentino Perez, my guy, said this: nobody's been sacked. It's a mutual agreement. We've decided to bring our relationship to an end. No one's been sacked. Pretty sure there was this great speculation that if he didn't even win the Copa del Rey, even before that, well, something was going to happen. There was a lot of pressure on him not winning any trophies for your club. So let's just say that he was. Let's just say it like it is. He also did admit that, you know what? This was the worst season of my career. And, well, it certainly was. Again, 0 trophies for the Portuguese manager, who it appears is going to go back to Chelsea. Radamel Falcao could be going to Chelsea. Who the hell knows? In his career, 2 Champions League trophies, 7 league championships in Portugal, England, Italy, and Spain. He won La Liga in 2012. And also possibly the toughest one to swallow for Jose Mourinho and Real Madrid is that 3 years straight, 3 years running, he has reached the semis of the Champions League and has bowed out in the semis. 3 years running in the Champions League. For a guy who has a ton of street cred as a manager and is well respected in what seems like every country as a manager, that's a tough one to swallow. 3 years straight, knocked out of the semis. So also, he signed a contract extension through 2016 last season, last summer as a matter of fact. So it just goes to show you the bullshitness, dashness of professional contracts in sports. Now, he also did have friction with a lot of players. To name a few, Iker Casillas. Oh yeah, he benched him for Diego Lopez. Mind-boggling. He also had some mini feuds, you could say, well, even maybe a little larger than mini, with Pepe and Sergio Ramos, 2 guys that are integral parts at the Bernebeau. So now Jose Mourinho, he's 50 years old. 2 EPLs, 1 FA Cup. Frank Lampard, by the way, loves Jose Mourinho. However, the also friction between him and Roman Abramovich is quite certain to be there, but it does not seem that that will be enough, the history that they have, because he is probably going to be the next guy at Stamford Bridge. So now I asked you guys to chime in on Twitter, so here we go with that about Jose Mourinho not returning to Real Madrid. Pan Sizderka tweets at Rick Schramm. He has won more trophies as a Barca translator than as a Real Madrid coach. Hashtag failure. Hamza Yusuf tweets at Rick Schramm. Rick, it's not enough being the... Oh, that doesn't matter. That's about hockey. My guy Ted Zhao tweets at Rick Schramm. Mourinho was always going to go as soon as he benched Casillas. You can't just disregard one of the main leaders in the team. Oliver Forusa tweets at Rick Schramm. Won almost nothing with Real and was their worst manager ever. He's lost what made him good and will fail when he joins Chelsea. Much optimism there. Jonathan Soto tweets at Rick Schramm, after Ferguson record-breaking final game, it's kind of sad Mourinho is leaving on a sour note after he's done so much for Madrid. Wade Boggs at Bobito's Way tweets at Rick Schramm, Chelsea has the players and money to make this a perfect situation for Mourinho. And if Ronaldo is smart, he will go with him. Oh boy. Shefi Jolovku, Chef Boy tweets at Rick Schramm, he can't win every year, however, he performed really well. And I hope to see him, bless you, next year at Chelsea. Dave Robinson tweets at Rick Schramm, who could have seen this coming? I can't wait to never hear the end of this until he finds another club. So now I turn to you guys, the viewers on the great medium of YouTube. What do you guys think? Leave a thought in the comments, share with your friends, give us a thumbs up, and subscribe to TYT Sports.